Hi, family. Hi, family. This is Dr. Mo with Moya Body Care and Colon Hydrotherapy, and I am your favorite colon hydrotherapist that practices the sacred art of colon hydrotherapy, herbs, and natural living. And currently, I am waiting for a GPAT / colon therapy instructor to get on our Zoom meeting, as she just started her instructor training and we're getting ready to get into it. So I have our instructor manual and I have our workbook that she needs to walk her students through. So I want to walk her through that. And I have created these books for students and instructors to be amazing and great. Okay, so when you do your training program with me, baby, you are supported. You are supported. You are supported. Okay, so I'm just waiting for her to get into it. But I wanted to share an experience that happened yesterday with one of my clients. And this talks about and goes into colon therapy is so much more than, oh, I'm just coming in and I'm getting cleaned out. Everybody wants to get cleaned out. Like that's the, let me stop rolling my eyes. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. The clean out method. Colon therapy is so much more than that. So my client yesterday, she is a beautiful woman, Hispanic, late 60s. I think she's 67, if I'm not mistaken. I think she's 67. Married. She has 2 adult children who are doing very well in life, and they have children and they're married, and so there's no issues there. Like, she's good, like she's loved, she's in a loving relationship. Her children are well, grandbabies are good, and she has her career, she's doing fine, right? However, there is like this energetically, there is this longing that I can feel around her. Can't place it. And I it's not in your face, but it's kind of like a fly, like zzz, and then it'll stop. It'll stop just long enough for you to forget about it, then it'll go zzz again. I'll go, what was that? What is that? And that's the energy she kind of like pulls off every now and then. And so when she came in yesterday, it was heightened. It was like, so I felt like she was doing some spiritual work. That's what it felt like, right? And she's very dialed in. She's very tapped in. She's very spiritual. She believes in all of it, right? So it's very easy for us to have a conversation and for us to go there. And so immediately we go into a deep dive conversation about the fact that she has never felt needed, included, or part of her family, because her mother pretty much dropped her off with her grandmother. So she was bouncing in between her grandmother on her mother's side and her grandmother on her father's side. And she's bouncing in between the 2 families because both families, the men on those sides, the grandfathers, didn't want to take care of her. They were like, why is she here? Why is she here? So there's rejection from the masculine side, and then rejection from her immediate connection to the feminine, which is her mother. Her mother had her very young, very, very young. Where is my student? Oh, she gonna get it in a minute. She gonna get it, because we talk about time all the time. And it's what, we 4 minutes in. I'm gonna be easy, but she don't come on. She gonna get an email real quick. So, from her mother just dropping her off, and her mother's partner at the time had already had children. He was an older man. You know the regular story. He was like, I don't want her, I want you. And so the mother went with the father and not with her child. You know the whole story. So push her to the side, did her like that. The grandparents are also doing her like that. The grandfathers are like, do her like that. And so she started tapping into the spiritual world. Aha. So she finds grace and solitude there, and she creates this connection with spirituality, with God, with nature, with Mother Earth, with Gaia, with water, with rocks, with everything, right? She creates, or she doesn't create, she connects. I keep saying create. She connects with that aspect that people greatly overlook, right? And that's what has kept her safe. That has been what has guided her up until this point. So we get on the table and I link her up to the unit, and the water is flowing and she's still talking. And the more that she's talking, the deeper it's going. When I roll her on her back, right, because she's on her side so that I can insert the speculum, I roll her over onto her back and I roll over a baby. Literally, she's a baby. And I said, oh, I see what's getting ready to happen. She's going through her past life regressions. She's going backwards. She's doing a rebirth. And I just literally did just like this. And I said, Spirit, let's roll. I said, I'm going to take my hands off. You roll her. I'm going to hold space. Let's hit it. I saw my client go from a baby to a 5-year-old girl till about 6 or like 8 to about 11 to 12 to 17 for sure to 19 for sure, because she was saying some stuff and I was like, oh, you're 19, 20 saying that, to her current age. And then she did it in that repetition like about 8 times. Eight. I just said it. 8. Come on, Spirit. Come on. As she is rolling through these experiences and letting go, the tube from the colonic, the waste that was moving through the tubes literally looked like all of the waste of all of the people that were hanging onto her heart and treating her like shit. Like those entities and energies, they also create waste. You do understand that, right? You do understand that, right? You do understand that, right? Everything creates waste. It literally looked like something not from this world coming out of her. And the sigh that she allowed to emit from her throat, and I just held space. I cleared with the spiritual waters, held space, cleared with the spiritual waters, held space, worked the colonic unit, cleared, make sure she was safe, let it go, let it go, let it go, let that shit go, let the colonic go, let the waste go, let it go. I was clearing and opening, clearing and opening, clearing and holding, clearing and holding, clearing and opening, and we're breathing. When we were done, when she came down from the ethers, woo! She didn't even open her eyes. She just reached for my hand and I gave her my hand and she put it on her heart like that. We were like this. And she just rocked. So I didn't say anything and I just rocked with her. There's nothing to say. I know what happened. You know what happened. And we rocked for about 5-6 minutes. And I think I said, how's your heart space? She opened her eyes and she looked at me. She was like, that was wild. And I said, yeah, it can be. But you did it. As she continued to speak, I literally saw, get emotional. Whew. She had a lot of trauma around 19. I literally saw the 19-year-old woman in her like bow and say thank you. I saw her in my client and I just said, wow, she is free. She is free. Where is my student? Yo, it is how many minutes? Okay. All right. I need to get off of this recording. Ooh, child. The spiritual work that we do under the guise of colon therapy. It is so much more deeper than what you think. You can release a lot of ancestral trauma if you're ready and if you want to. I'm going to hold space for you regardless, like straight up, and allowing the emotions to run through you. That's healthy. That's energy. That's just, you need to let that run. You get illnesses when you don't allow energy to run through you. You should just let it run, let it run, let it run. So get used to seeing tears. It doesn't mean weakness. It doesn't mean chaos. It doesn't mean anything is wrong. It means that movement and the energy is happening so deeply on a visceral level that the body creates a fluid. That's a lovely space to be in, to be able to feel that deeply, to be able to go that deeply so quick. And to understand it and control it is another level of mastery that's just amazing. But this woman, this client, this beautiful child of God, good Lord, after she was finished and she got dressed and we were sitting right here in my lobby, we didn't say a whole lot, but we said a whole lot, if that makes sense. We didn't say a whole lot of words. It was a whole lot of nodding and smiling and rocking. Every now and then she'll go, yeah. And I'll go, yeah. But very clear. There was no question. She had this beautiful glow about her, this beautiful softness and gentleness about her. And in that moment, I was so grateful. So grateful. So, with that being said, I'm going to go scold my client, my student. I'm going to go scold her. What is you doing, girlfriend? We spoke about this yesterday. Like, what happened between today and yesterday? Less than 72 hours. Less than 48 hours. Girl, bye. What is you doing? She has not popped on. I have not got a text message, nothing. I hope she's okay. I know she's okay. But if you are ready to do some work, cut some cords, get clear on your purpose, reach out to me. Let's get started. I'm ready to work with you. Invite me in. Invite me in. Invite me in. How do you invite me in, right? How do you do that? Reach out. My phone number is 562-682-0818. My private office is located in Torrance, California. However, if you are local, services definitely are available to you. The physical services. If you are not local, I can still work with you virtually. You just will not be able to receive the physical touch from me through colon therapy and the sauna and all that good stuff. But I can guide you verbally and support you emotionally. So if that is the case, feel free to visit my website. It is Moya, M-O-Y-A, bodycare.com. I am Dr. Mo, and I am your favorite colon hydrotherapist that practices the sacred art of colon hydrotherapy, herbs, and natural living. Until then, stay magical.